What's up, everybody? Welcome back to George Reviews. Today on George Reviews, I'll be taking a look at Demoniacal Fit Shining Soul. This is a straight up knockoff of SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Super Kaio-Ken Blue Goku from New York City Comic-Con 2021. And the reason why it's a knockoff is because I didn't want to spend $150 that this thing is going for. I was watching it. I had one in my cart for a while on eBay, and I was thinking about pulling the trigger. And then one day across my timeline on social media came an advertising from Toy Arena. And they right on my page, I guess you know the algorithm, they know what you're watching. And it basically showed me that you can get a Goku for 50 bucks. I got this for 50 bucks from Toy Arena. I have very few KOs in my toy line, except for like accessories. I buy like extra accessories from the KO people. In my mind, that doesn't count, but you know, it probably still counts. But with this figure, I had a chance to buy the genuine release for like, I think it was like $109, and I forgot to click buy it now. And by the time I looked at my phone again, somebody had bought it, and then the price just kept skyrocketing, and then it was like $150, and I was like, man, that's a lot for this little toy. These things are cool, and I know it's an exclusive, but that's a lot for this little toy. So I was hesitating on pulling the trigger, and then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and buy one. Somebody put one on there for like $140 free shipping. And I was like, I'm just going to bite the bullet and drop $140 on it. So then I see the Toy Arena advertising on my toy line. I was like, you know what, 50 bucks, I'll give it a shot. If I don't like it, I'll go ahead and spring the 150, totaling $200, and teach myself to learn the lesson. So let's see if I'm going to learn the lesson today. Will I like this figure or won't I like this figure? So let's get them off the turntable and take a look. One thing you'll notice about the packaging, they're not trying to fool anyone into believing this is an official SH Figuarts release. They are their own brand, even though they're stealing property from SH Figuarts. And apparently I'm supporting stolen property from SH Figuarts. But if you can save me $100 bucks, I'm going to save that $100 bucks. Open it up on the right side, my right side anyway. Boom. Slide him out. Nothing further in the box. He's double clamped down. The energy effect back here. Take this thing out. And I've already seen a couple videos, this made me get it, where the energy effect is not as pronounced as the original, and I don't expect it to be like the blue kind of shines out more in these areas right here. I saw that. But this thing feels solid, feels quality, feels good. I don't know about the original. So this is a positive indication going forward. Now for Goku. That's his name. Let's get Super Saiyan Blue Goku out of here. A lot of faces in it, hands in here. Here he is, and he looks good. He looks good. I hope he feels good too. Has like the pearlescent blue effect all over his body. Oh. I mean, this just came off so easily. You saw that? I was just adjusting it. It came off in my hand. Oh, there it is again. There it is again. eBay, here I come. Oh, man. Oh, you can't even move it without it coming off. Oh, that sucks. All right, everybody, the review is over. I'll be back once I get the official version. That's it. Peace. Let's keep going. Goku is packaged with 3 faces. Here is Goku's angry face, smirking face, feeling itself, and his yelling face. Kaio-Ken! And then he has a ton of hands. I'm just going to plop these out. Alright, I dropped in a backdrop to give it a little bit more pizzazz. So let's take a look at Goku. Let's bring him closer. Take a look at his face. Looks like it's done pretty well. The line work is pretty good. It's a little bit thinner than the official releases, but it still looks pretty good. I love the translucent hair. I think all Super Saiyan hair, whatever color it is, should be translucent. I've seen a lot of reviewers that hate it. I'd be like, get out of here. That's what I imagine it is, like a glowing power from within, not just their hair somehow turning some damn color. You know, that's the power irradiating off of them, lighting it up, you know, like shining the light on it. So I think it all should be translucent. It looks pretty good. The rip in his shirt, his flesh tone within the rip is painted well. The flesh tone painted over his shirt around here is done. It is on the sculpt. He has the nicks and scrapes you would see in the official release on his arms. The skin has that reddish tone to it from the Kaio-Ken effect. And everything has a pearlescent blue over it. Kind of looks purple. Over it. And his boots are tattered in places and everything. He has molded in detail underneath his boots. Turning them around. The skin from the back of his knee showing on the one side. The rip over here is painted well. He even has damage to his flesh inside there. That's done well. I mean, it looks pretty good overall. And then it feels pretty good. Normally, when you pick up a KO, you'll be like, oh yeah, it's definitely a KO. But this one is handling pretty well. But what's done here, must admit, kind of impressed. And he has some more flesh showing right here in this rib right here, and that's painted well as well. So shoot, go ahead, Demoniacal Fit, with your bad self. All right, Goku, let's check out your articulation. Goku can look up this far. Is that looking up? And he can look down that far, which is, it could be a little bit more. He can rock his head from side to side, like cracking his neck or whatever. He has that articulation. Head will 360 on that joint. Coming to his shoulders, he has the shirt attached to his shoulder like most SH figure art figures. It rotates on that joint. Oh, feels a little stiff. Feels a little stiff. Yeah, it's a little squeaky. It's a little. It acts like it didn't want to rotate on that joint. Yeah. Official releases don't sound like that. We get 360 out of the bicep swivel. 90-degree elbow bend right there coming down to his wrist. They should 360 because they pop out, and this one just popped out right there. Pop right back on. 360 out of that. Coming down to his abdomen right here. We can get this much articulation out of it, which is pretty good. Breaks up a little bit, but SH figure arts break up as well right here. It might be a little bit more. Kind of came up some. A little up to it. I don't know. Coming down, he has articulation right here, but it's not his waist articulation. I guess it's to help him move a little bit more with the torso. But underneath the belt, cleverly hidden, is an articulation right there by the ripped shirt. And this is a separate piece, two separate pieces as a matter of fact, which is nice. His legs can come out this far to the side, to the front this far. You got a squeak that you normally don't hear on SH figure arts. And he can do that pretty well. And not much of an upper thigh swivel right here. If it is, it's really, really tight. You get a little bit of it, but it's not swiveling at this joint right there. It's not happening. Coming down to his knee where the rip is, which is very cool. And credit to SH Figure Arts for this design. That looks good. Get that much out of it. Coming down to his leg. There's no boot cut, but at the ankle right here, I hope it don't come off again. 360, and he has a toe hinge bend right here. So it's pretty good. That is pretty darn good. Alright, next up I want to tackle the energy effect. And this thing is solid. It's pretty cool. Let's get it behind him. See how that works. It's not falling down or anything like that. Let's put Goku back next to it. A lot of people don't like the energy effects because they're not big enough, but will they ever be big enough? And these things just go on the table or floor ground next to him. I'm not sure which way. I guess the flow of the energy would be going this way. I guess we need Goku with a power-up stance, huh? Okay, I got Goku in the power-up stance, but I guess it doesn't work without a power-up face. Let's see how that works. See how the interchangeable face plates work. Everything else is working fair enough. Get the front of his face off. Oh, everything came off. And here is what's behind it. Got a little bit of a paint right here. I guess to break it up, this is the peg right here. And this was the face that came off. We're going to get the straight up yelling face. Ah! And from now on, I will just switch out the faces off camera to kind of save some video. Because it's the same standard thing. Feels the same. The pegs feel a little bit thicker. Let me say that. The pegs are a little bit thicker. I can feel it with my hand. I don't have to compare or look side by side. I can feel it.
Now I'll show you the Kaio-Ken!
Here's Goku pulling off the Kaio-Ken. Okay, now switching to the Energy Blast hands. I love the fact that he has molded in details on the palms of his hands where each digit is sectioned off. That's pretty good detail for a KO company. They could have just left it out, but it looks pretty good. Alright, here's Goku with what I'm calling the Kamehameha hands. Switching to Noku's last set of hands, I'm calling these the martial arts karate hands. You can feel free to correct me, call them what you want to. Also switches expression because seems like he'll be a little bit more calm when he takes this stance or whatever. So we have another faceplate on here. Take a look at that. And they're all done equally as well. Like I said, the line work is a little bit lighter than official SH figure art releases, but it's pretty good. It's pretty good, especially for the price. I'm happy with it. One thing I want to note real quick, while I was switching hands one more time, the peg came out of the wrist. It's not broken at all, but it's sticking inside the hand on the left side of my figure. Switching heads yet again to the smirking face. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I don't know if I like that cut in his mouth. My least favorite head, guaranteed. I don't know if it's because the Demoniacal Fit has did something different with it, or the authentic version has that look, but clearly my least favorite head. Don't think I like that. I won't be using this one. And finally, the last head, the gritting teeth head. I won't let you get away with this. And then he lets everyone get away with it. But here it is. This one looks pretty good. It's either this one or the straight up yelling face for me is going to be my face. But I like this one too. Again, everything, the paint's on the sculpt, the eyes where they need to be, and the line work is there. Alright, let's give Shining Soul Goku the size up and rundown treatment. Here he is next to my Goku Black, and I brought this guy out because they have like the same Super Saiyan here. I think this is a copy of the mold on this Super Saiyan head over here, or Super Saiyan Rose head, whatever it is. It's a copy of that mold, and this is how they scale height-wise. I want to bring in my other knockoff figure. This is a Goku Black base form knockoff. And because the Goku Black base form is so hard to get, I grabbed this guy just to give him a shot. But he's kind of undersized, and he's very poorly made. This guy isn't from Demoniacal Fit figure. He's like a fourth party knockoff, like I said earlier. But I grabbed this guy, I gave him a chance. He was 20 bucks on Amazon. I gave him a chance because he came with an energy effect. This guy didn't come with anything. So I was like, I can use the energy effect for this guy. He also came with this energy effect, the sword hand saber or whatever. I can't remember what type of key this is. But he came with this. And he came with the staff. And I was like, even if the figure's trash, these accessories are worth it to put in with my guy. And I wanted to see if I could swap the head, which I could not swap the head. Like the head peg is like very fragile in this thing, and I wound up having to leave it alone. But this thing is trash. Like the shoulder falls down. Much better KO. Much better KO coming from Damoniacal Fit. An official Goku out here. Alright, had to clear the stage. And this was not, this is Saiyan raised on Earth, and none of the body, most of the body is not even designed to be the other guy. Maybe the boots or something like that, but not even the wristbands or anything like that. Here he is with Dragon Ball Super superhero movie Vegeta. Noku knockoff. They already used that one. And here he is with SH Figure Arts base form Broly from the Broly Dragon Ball Super movie. Okay, Dragon Ball Z, and Dragon Ball Super fans, not you GT guys. This guy, he was worth the money. For 50 bucks with the energy effect in the background, the accessories, all the paint apps were good. The only real flaw I had was the foot that fell off. It fell off one time and didn't fall off again. Maybe they didn't just push it all the way on in the factory, or maybe it's just going to fall off more. I don't know, but it stayed on there. And I think I got my money's worth for the 50 bucks. I got it off Toy Arena. I think it was like $4 or $5, like $5.95 shipping for Toy Arena. If you bought from toyarena.com, you guys know. I bought it like on a Tuesday online, Tuesday or Wednesday, and it came in the mail on a Monday. So it was less than a week's turnaround. It was well packaged. I don't no longer had a packaging. It had advertisement, good bubble wrap in it, and the box was in good condition. He was in good condition, and I actually feel like I saved $100, and I'm pretty sure the official version is higher quality, but not by much. I've been handling these figures right here while reviewing this, and I can feel the difference, but it's not a lot. I have some KOs just like, oh man, they awful, but this thing is right there. It feels like a KO, but it doesn't feel like trash. And if you guys were looking for the New York City Comic-Con version of this figure, you were on the wall about pulling the trigger, I think that you guys should maybe give this a try first. The biggest thing that stood out when I was moving this figure around is the squeaking. That was the biggest difference, you know. And over time, I don't know how it'll hold up over time, because all my reviews are mostly unboxing reviews, like fresh out of the box impression of the toy, like that new toy feel. So over time, I can't say how this thing will hold up. But as a dope collector, I pose these guys down, I take pictures, I don't smash them against each other, I don't bang them, at least I try not to. And I'm not going to put much wear into this figure. So the miles you put on this figure might bring out the fact that it's a KO. But as of right now, out of the package and the toy review, I like the figure. And I recommend the figure at the $50 versus the $150 that's going for in the secondary market. And then this is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. So I don't feel as if I'm taking money from SH Figuarts because they released this figure and then it's no longer in production. I feel like I'm taking money from people scalping this figure for $150. So if you don't want to pay those guys, definitely recommend picking this guy up for $50 from ToyArena.com. That's all I got for you. I want to thank you for watching another episode of George Reviews. The reviews where every toy has a story, and I just saved $100 in this story.